People? This your boy the aka the Weed. This is my part two of my Huey Freeman analysis video of the Boondocks. So on the last part, I was talking about Huey Freeman and how he was an atheist. And at the end of episode 15, at the end of season one, he he began praying, and he know who was praying too. He was just praying, and he ended up having what we would say, quote unquote, a miracle. So as a result, as he's able to experience this miracle or witness it, he says that I don't know. He quotes, I don't know. Maybe there are forces in the universe that we don't really understand. And he said something else too, but that was the main part. So we see Huey Freeman is highly intelligent, right? And his mindset is that he's atheist and he's very scientific about things and he thinks things through. So, but at the same time, his other beliefs, as far as what as as far as what people deem as conspiracy theories, and his leftist ideals, his leftist political ideals, and stuff like that. In society, that would be considered, not of the norm, and and as a result, he's ridiculed by his family because of his views. You know what I'm saying? So we see Huey Freeman. He's a very complex character as far as how he perceives things and like how he thinks. So I'm trying to get to the point of the fact that we know Huey Freeman has a atheist, or so I say more like a agonist. That's how you say it. Agonistic atheist mindset. Yes, agonist. No, agonistic atheist mindset. But we see later on and actually throughout the series that he actually is fully convinced of things, beyond normal matter. You know what I'm saying? Such as prophetic dreams, spirits and spirit realms. And one of the more one of the more particular cases of this was Stink Meter. So okay, let's talk about the Stink Meter Chronicles. For the Stink Meter Chronicles, there was three parts, right? Yeah, three parts, right? It was part one, when the very first episode, not the very first part of the Stink Meter Chronicles, when Granddad first got into a confrontation with Stink Meter, and Huey ended up having a prophetic dream about Stink Meter, how he was this blind samurai, and it was hard for him to defeat, even though at the end of the episode it wasn't really that case. However, later on in season two, in a way, it kind of was that case because Stink Meter ended up going to hell after he died, and ended up actually becoming a real kung fu master. And he came back by possessing Tom's body, and he whooped their asses, all of them. So Hugh Freeman's dream was actually right, both of them. He had another dream about Stink Meter in hell. So we see that Hugh Freeman, when it comes to what people might deem, as supernatural or the psychic phenomenon, stuff like this, or that's the word for it, paranormal, or those things of that nature. Huey Freeman he's fully convinced by that, as we can see, because he the one that on the episode season two, Stink Meter Strikes Back, episode 4, he was the one that was like, "Yo, Granddad, I had a dream. Stink Meter's in hell. He's training. He's coming back to get us." And he believes in spirits able to come back and possess bodies. He apparently he believes in hell, but it's strange how he believes in the hell and the devil, but he doesn't even believe in God. So another thing about this is that on the very first episode, the garden party of the Boondocks, Huey Freeman, we see that Huey Freeman believes that Ronald Wilson Reagan was the devil, because this each his names had each all three names had 6 letters and 666. So he was trying to speak to people about that, but he doesn't believe in God. So he's very contradicting about his how he perceives the universe around him in his opinions or beliefs. So that's what I want to point out about that's what I wanted to point out about Huey Freeman. So we see this highly intelligent, but for his mindset he has, I guess you could say in a good way, he has an open mind about things. You know what I'm saying? He has a stress. Not no, I don't want to say stress. He has a, open imagination about things, and he's not too vague. But at the same time, he is vague, but he's also vivid. So he's vague in the sense that he's very mature. He's very serious. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that comes up with our decisions as far as every time they get in a situation. Him, Riley, and Granddad. He's the one that thinks things through. Um, he's the one that's always thinking, always doing something that requires that requires high intelligence. So that's the thing about Huey Freeman. That he has one side of him that's like vague, and there's another side of him that's like what people might not consider the norm.